Hello there. It's Monday morning, early Monday morning, and I'm going to introduce my 800 sub giveaway. This is it. 32 gigabyte SD card, not the micro SD card, but the standard SD card. Just to encourage everyone to go and take some photographs. With a camera that they probably had for years, that's been sat in the back of the wardrobe doing nothing. So get your camera gear out and go take some photographs. So today's question will be, what was the opening dialogue that Obi-Wan Kenobi had in the film A New Hope, which will be the first ever Star Wars released, but that was actually episode 4. Yes, there's a Obi-Wan Kenobi's opening scene, and he says this small phrase at the very beginning. You get extra points if you haven't watched the movie and you can remember what he said, but if you have had to go back and check, yeah, you can check on YouTube, because there are opening sequences of characters in the movies. So that's what I would do. If I didn't know, I'd do a search. Anyway, how are you? We've had a great weekend. This Jubilee weekend. We went to Sarah's sister's house. We were going to have a garden party, but the weather wasn't too good, so we had a garden party indoors, and yeah, so that was nice. Yeah, I couldn't celebrate until I got home, because I was the one doing the driving. So anyway, I had a couple of gin and tonics for the Queen last night. Yeah, I do like the Queen. I do think that she works incredibly hard. Some of the insights that you see to her life are absolutely amazing. The amount of hours that she puts in answering letters, writing letters, and all sorts of things. And she probably hasn't stopped for most of her life. Like you say, they're under scrutiny from birth until they die. Yeah, so that's it. I like her. I'm not too impressed with Charles. I think he's a bit woke, and I think that Kate and William, although they're not that outspoken, I think they're going the same way. As that Harry and Meghan person, I don't know. They're just too much. They've gone too far. And I know some of my followers have the same opinion as well. That you don't judge a book by its cover. You judge a book by what's written inside it, and that's the way I feel. Yeah. Anyway, oh, it's so good to get off that boat. It was a long time doing those that extra 10 days on top. Extra 9 days on top was quite exhausting, really. Anyway, I've got hair in my coffee. Yeah, I've got my coffee. Drink it while it's hot. Yeah. So yeah, it was. I was going to get a hire car, but the hire car company let us down. That's Enterprise. Yeah, you let us down, mate. Enterprise. They were supposed to have delivered a car on the 1st of June to the co-worker, Relief, that was supposed to be joining on Tuesday morning. Anyway, late on Monday night, I got an email from him saying they hadn't delivered the hire car. Anyway, we managed to get train tickets, and luckily I got the slightly earlier train home, and as I didn't need to see my relief, I didn't need to do a handover because he'd been on the ship before, and you know, we were 10 days into the voyage, so the other members of the engineering team would have set him straight on what was happening with the fact that we'd lost this bottom end bearing from on one of the pistons. And one of the other things on that boat is a sewage system. It's a vacuum toilet system, and if you stuff the toilet bowl with paper, it blocks it up. It just goes through and suddenly stops, and then that's it. We have to take the whole toilet out to well, take the back of the toilet off to fix it. And also where your showers drain, that's called grey water. The way your showers drain, the pipe work on this boat is absolutely ridiculous. So it was built by a government yard in Scotland called Ferguson's, and now every Ferguson's boat I've been on has been the same. The sewage system is rubbish. They put low quality piping in and it just rusts. And well, it's black rust because of the anaerobic bacteria inside the system. So it turns out to this black, horrible, stinky slime in it, which is not very pleasant. And the other thing with the Ferguson boat is that they're terribly motion sickness generating. They really are. Just, they can roll on wet grass, these boats from Ferguson's. I've been on 3 or 4 now. One of the ones I went to in Scotland was a ferry that runs between the Shetland Islands. When, according to the crew, when it was built, it was too top heavy, and so they had to cut the accommodation off on top where the passengers sit and rebuild it in aluminium because it was too heavy when it was built in steel. Yeah, so that's not very good. And of course they put several tons of ballast in, which is steel ingots they put inside the vessel just to keep it, you know, upright. Anyway, so I've digressed. But yes, over the weekend I cut the grass. The grass was quite deep. Sarah couldn't get out and do it, so I went out and cut the grass and trimmed it and raked it and scarified it and whatever it is else you do with a terrible lawn, really. Because 1 minute it's dry as a bone, the soil underneath the grass is dry as a bone, and the next minute it's a bog. So come winter time, you can hardly walk on the grass because it's like your feet sort of kind of sink in. But I'm doing my best. I'm trying to. And it seems to be on a slope as well. Yeah. Anyway, it's we've got 8 inches of soil on a layer of clay because this area here was a floodplain for the River Humber, and of course. If you build houses on a floodplain, you'll expect floods, can't you? Anyway, yeah. So you know, that's my news. I managed to do some gardening, so it's made the garden a bit nicer to look at. And we've got all these pots to sort out. Some of them have fallen over because of the soil. Then they're stands that we have, little stands for the pots. They've sunk into the soil, so I might have to do something there too. But yeah, I haven't seen the robin in the garden. Mind you, I haven't been out very much. Yeah. Talking of which, there's a blue-tit. A blue-tit's just arrived up there. So I'm going to have to start putting the food out on a regular basis, and hopefully I'll get the camera out. But we do have some wild strawberries. I think we have to go and pick some today. But yeah, say the wild strawberries, they didn't want to stay in the pot that we made. I got them. You know, I had one of these several years ago. I bought a ceramic pot with holes in the side that the strawberries were supposed to poke out of. No, they didn't like that at all. They migrated across the lawn. So in amongst all our flower pots, we've got strawberries growing, and so that'll be a nice welcome treat. And the blueberries are coming on quite nice. We've got lots of the blueberry bush down the bottom there, that's doing quite well. The fig tree is putting out lots of leaves and new growth, but there's no sign of a fig yet. That's one good thing about having a fig tree in England, is there's no wasps, fig wasps. If you've seen David Attenborough, you'll see that the fig is pollinated via its flowers, but the flowers are inside the fruit, and the wasp has to go through a tiny little hole to lay its eggs, and that you get all sorts of maggots growing inside a fig in its native countries, because they've got the wasps to pollinate them. Anyway, that's just rambling on a bit now. So anyway, so that's the competition, my 800 viewer competition. Make sure that your entries are in. What's the date today? It's the 6th today. So we'll say next Monday the I'll have to look on the calendar. What's it's 13th, isn't it? Monday the 13th. Yeah, we'll get your entries in by Monday the 13th, and the conditions will be that you are a subscriber, and you must be based in the UK, because UK posting out to foreign ports will be quite expensive, and there's no guarantee that you're going to get it. But I'd like to, but unfortunately. Of course, unless I get a few, unless you buy me a few coffees, I'll be able to post it. So we'll see. Okay, well, yeah, the option's there if you want to. But yeah, the post, I don't know how much the postage will be. Probably £5, probably less than that, to post it within the UK, and how much to post it outside, I don't know. I haven't really looked. But yeah, so that's it. That's the 800 sub giveaway. I'm going to do my next giveaway at 1,050. Why I've chosen 1,050, I'll let you know. Because once you get to 1,000, you can monetize your channel. And the way things will be going at the moment, I've been getting, I'll get 2 subscribers here 1 minute, and the next minute I've lost 2 subscribers. So I want to make sure that I'm over the 1,000 before I monetize this. Because I think some of the things that I do are what's the word, are quite useful, and they're not readily available on YouTube. I put in a search the other day for settings for this microphone, what settings I should use, and it was my channel that popped up with the information about a different microphone. The wireless microphone. So there is a need for GoPro users and what setting to use for their microphone. You can find it on the GoPro channel, but it's when you go through there, the instruction manual, you've got to search for it. It's not readily available. If it was more like an Amazon website, you would have found what you're looking for within a few clicks. But not on GoPro. It was a bit more difficult to find. Anyway, so I've digressed. So that's it then. That will be that's the end of Monday's little blog and competition update. So we're going to say next Monday the 30th. You've got a week to research that question and get back to me. My everything will be in the description. So my email address that I use for this channel will be in the description, but I'll put it in a link, put it as a link in the description as well. Okay, so yeah, good luck everyone. Bye.